It's your boy, the Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, as always, people don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like, and I'll happily get back to you. Back here with another Mythical Monday video as we embark on a tremendous week ahead of us in boxing, man. This feels like Christmas to me. And you know, it's only right we add one of the fighters involved in this week to this week's Mythical Monday video. So first of all, let me just give a shout out to limited edition. I believe it's limited edition 1945 or limited edition something, but big up yourself anyway. Sorry, I forgot your name. But yeah, he recommended this matchup in the comment section of my previous Mythical Monday video, and it makes sense to do it because it's a fascinating fight. So let's get straight into it. NAOYA INOUE and Erik Morales for this week's Mythical Monday video. If the two were to fight at super bantamweight, which is where INOUE will be competing this weekend, how does that go? Prime for prime. I guess you could say INOUE is in his prime right now. But what about an Erik Morales, who was a fascinating fighter, man? We'll start off with him. The first Mexican, Erik Morales, to become a world champion in 4 different weight divisions. That was from super bantamweight to light welterweight. He defeated 15 world champions in his career, man. And the memorable fights that this guy had, you know, the trilogy with Barrera, the fights with Manny Pacquiao, you know, he was a tremendous fighter, Erik Morales, a warrior, displayed heart, and, you know, an all-time great. Just an absolute fantastic fighter to watch when I was growing up, man. I really did respect Erik Morales. Those trilogies with Barrera are just one for the vault. You know what I mean? Just one that you can always look back on and watch and just feel the same sort of excitement that you did when you first watched the fight, man. It's that great of a trilogy. Erik Morales defeating Barrera once, losing to him twice. He did have his fair share of losses, Erik Morales, in his career, but you know what? He had so many great wins on his resume as well, and what he accomplished, you know, every fighter has losses on their record, and you know, this is what they should say to some of the fighters today, that a loss on your record doesn't define your career, particularly when you're Erik Morales and you have, you know, the sort of accomplishments that he's had in his career. I think after his career, ESPN had him ranked at number 49 out of the top 50 boxers of all time. Now, I'm going to have to check that list to see what it is now. But at the time, yeah, he was number 49 out of 50. So listen, that goes to show you how good Erik Morales was. Super bantamweight was where he really started. He did move up the weights in his career. Now at INOUE, I guess you could say, like, he's competing at super bantamweight this weekend. So he'll be really treading his toes into that division now. So we'll see how he really gets on. But maybe there could be a disparity in weight there. You know, Morales would be the naturally bigger man, and he is the taller man. He's at about 5'8", 5'9". He was very tall and lean for a fighter in those lower divisions. Whereas now at INOUE, moving up from, you know, 108, I believe, to now fighting at super bantamweight, he's about 5'5". So Morales would have had a height advantage, a reach advantage, and a much better advantage in terms of resume, in terms of who he's fought. But the reason why this is so difficult to call is because now INOUE right now is a phenomenal fighter, man. His speed, his power, his timing. He's a 3-division world champion himself. Former undisputed champion now at INOUE. Winner of the World Boxing Super Series. Tremendous knockout power. I believe it's 88% knockout ratio he's got in his career. One of the best in boxing right now. He's a phenomenal talent, a phenomenal fighter. And the sky's the limit, really, as to where he can really go. I mean, his story is still being written. While we can marvel at Erik Morales' career and what he's done, now at INOUE is really still, you know, writing his story. And he's got the chance to really, you know, just really put a big marker on his legacy this week when he takes on Stephen Fulton. If he's able to take another unbeaten record and defeat Fulton in the way how he's dispatched his other opponents, you know, that will go to show he's still got a tremendous way to go in his career, and who knows where he could end up being in terms of his legacy. But as this fight itself, you know, Erik Morales and now at INOUE, how would they match up? Like I said, Morales is slightly taller, he have the longer reach, but Morales liked to brawl. It was as simple as that. He did actually have the ability to box. He could do it. He had a very good jab, Morales did, a stiff jab, and he had a good right hand as well. But he weren't the guy to really box and move. That wasn't his style. He was a Mexican warrior, and that was why he was beloved by the fans. He would go in there and trade, and a lot of the times he would get the better of the exchanges. I mean, he had a great punch variety, great punch output. He had stamina. His chin wasn't always the best. He did get dropped a few times in his career, Erik Morales. We've seen that before. But, you know, in terms of, you know, resistance and resilience and just, you know, the war of attrition. Erik Morales was always there at the very end, man. He would not, never, he would just always go to war. How would that have fared against NAOYA INOUE, man, who is a tremendous technician to go with his punching power? Could this style have been all wrong for Erik Morales, man? Because he can get hit. And if you allow NAOYA INOUE the opportunities to hit you, then you're going to be in serious trouble. We've seen it. You know, no one's been able to really stand up to the punching power of NAOYA INOUE. Nonito Donaire did in their first fight, where he did trouble INOUE pretty badly a few times, even though he lost it. But you saw what happened in the rematch. You saw how quickly INOUE dispatched of Nonito Donaire, albeit an older Donaire. But the issue is that INOUE's resume just doesn't compare to Erik Morales', man. Erik Morales would be the naturally bigger man. He's fought 15 world champions, you know what I mean? And that includes the likes of Manny Pacquiao. Yes, he got blitzed by Manny Pacquiao in one of the fights, but he did also defeat Manny Pacquiao as well. So how would that Morales have got on against NAOYA INOUE? Is it too soon to pick INOUE over Morales? Or do you think that he just has the style that would ultimately be all wrong for him? Like I said, Morales did take defeats throughout his career. Even Zahir Rahim, you know, that was just a defeat that nobody really expected. He doesn't fight anything like INOUE, Zahir Rahim, but, you know, Morales did take a few L's along the way. Could this have been another one? Would this stylistic matchup have been a problem for him? It's a great fight, really. It really is. It's just hard to call, man, because I think that INOUE, we've got so much more to see of his potential. But Morales, you know, particularly at the lower weights, when he moved up in weight, he lost some of that invincibility. But at the lower weights, you know, he was a phenomenon. And yeah, this is hard to call, man. I don't know if I could pick INOUE right now. I think he could definitely beat him with the punching power and the way how Morales gets hit. And, you know, the way how he's open to shots. That's almost suicide against INOUE, right? But Morales has faced that before in Pacquiao and other guys. And he's come out on the other end at least once on those occasions. Beat Moreira as well. But INOUE, yeah, I just feel maybe he might have been a bit too explosive. The punching power. It's tough. It's tough to call, man. But I'm going to have to edge Morales here by decision. I just think that Erik Morales, when I look at the guys who he's fought on his resume, particularly being the bigger man, the naturally bigger man he would have been. Remember, he started off his career at super bantamweight. INOUE's only just moving up to super bantamweight now in his career. So that taken into consideration, the resume, but there's always the threat that, you know, Morales could have been dropped and taken out with that punching power that INOUE has. It's a fascinating fight, and I want to get your opinion on it because it's hard to call. Shout out to limited edition 1645 for, I remember the name now, 1645. So shout out to you for giving me this recommendation. I think it's perfectly fit for this week in particular. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below, guys. How do you see this going and why? Drop your thoughts here. Let me know how you feel about it and give me some recommendations for next week also. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.